The column has now gone viral with hundreds of people shocked by the husband's behavior. Give him till February explained.
Hundreds? Is that viral? Let's just say that the column has piqued some interest.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Guys, your sex life is important, but your schedule is busy. You don't have time to go to the doctor's office to get treated for your erectile dysfunction. Through Hims, now you can get treated for ED without stepping foot outside your door. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/DPT. That's HIMS.com/DPT for your professional ED treatment options. hims.com/DPT. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Your pet is part of your family, and you want the best for them no matter what, but vet bills can really add up. That is why you should check out pet insurance. And with ASPCA Pet Health Insurance, you can focus on the care your pet deserves and cover what matters most. To explore coverage, visit ASPCAPetInsurance.com/DPT. That's ASPCAPetInsurance.com/DPT. Again, that is ASPCAPetInsurance.com/DPT. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or the United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance. Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Jordan. Sean Michael Jordan. How are you, buddy?
So stupid. I'm excited.
I'm so happy you're here.
Thanks for being here, friend.
Sean Jordan, the
Thanks for
greatest
having
Jordan
me.
of all time in all of media and
It's
public
well
service.
documented.
You are the Jordan that people talk about. It's you, and then, I don't know. So when they say who's better, LeBron or Jordan, they're talking about you. Sean Jordan, co-host of All Fantasy
Dude, you
Everything.
ain't seen. I got a wet jumper Playboy. It's
Special. People should go watch.
Oh yeah, we'll get into all of it later. Dan, you know how this works.
I finally figured it out.
We got to jump into a story, and it is so great because we were having a discussion right before this that's going to plug into it. Are you ready? Sent in by Carlene McDermott at SheBeCarlene. Thank you.
Thanks, Carlene.
Here is the headline. Okay. And you guys are going to be like, this is like a moment straight out of your iPhone where you talk about something and then all of a sudden you get an ad for it. Okay. Man can't go abroad as his surname is too rude for passport.
Oh,
can't travel because his last name is too rude they're not letting him travel. Now, we were just talking about your wife's friend.
Wild.
Growing. Isn't that crazy? Is he your wife's friend from growing up?
Yes, she knew a girl with the last name Dickensheets.
That's ridiculous.
And I didn't believe her, and so this is what you.
What in the Dickensheets is going on? That's my new phrase. I put my dick in the sheets.
Her mother's nickname, and this is where you're not going to believe me, was BJ.
Stop.
I'm telling you,
BJ Dickensheets.
That's in my wife. I think she grew up
That's
different.
Two on the nose.
Daniel,
it's
on something. But
Daniel,
I was like,
we're Sean the head.
Two on the tongue.
Where should we go for some jalapeno poppers? Let's go over to BJ Dickensheets.
That does sound like a chain restaurant.
Did you
in West Hollywood that I would go to happy hour?
I got carded at BJ Dickensheets. They carded me, and I felt so good. Good that felt. It's been a while since I've been carded at DJ. There's
no
always
security issues, but always a pat down.
I love that they ring the bell when someone gets fajitas at BJ Dickensheets. Weren't you the DJ at BJ Dickensheets?
DJ BJ.
So you had to call this woman?
No, I didn't call her like your name is horrible. No, I called my wife. We were out playing disc golf in Denver, and I almost fell down laughing because she just almost like you guys are probably having a tough time believing me. My friends in Denver were the same thing, and she was on the other end like, yeah, that's her name.
That's her name.
Well, speaking of Denver,
what's weird about
why
that?
Are you laughing?
Doesn't BJ Dickensheets sound like a name Ben Roy would say on the Rat Race?
Yeah. Well, it's BJ Dickensheets coming in to talk about pizza. He's just the best man.
BJ Dickensheets.
He's the best man. All right, so you ready? So man has been stopped. Man has been stopped from going abroad as his surname.
What could your name be that prevents you from travel? I blow up planes.
Right. Well, that might be it. But Kenny Kennard changed his surname by deed poll to. You ready?
Oh, wait, so he picked a name that is going to be offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
So his name was Kenny Kennard. So what do you think he changed his name
Kenny
to?
Kennard sounds like a NASCAR racer.
Kenny Kennard, right? He got in a fight after the race last time.
That just happened.
I know. Kenny Kennard. What do you think he changed his name to?
I mean, that was it's got to be a curse word, right?
Yeah. So what do you think?
Is
But
it
a
like
judge
like
approves
fuck with
this.
a P, like buck fuck or something?
Yeah. So
Fuck the TSA.
change it to all right. Kenny F.U. Kennard. Kenny fucking-ard.
It's pretty dope.
For a laugh, just did it for a laugh. Just did it for a
Wait,
laugh.
so like
But
he
the joke,
he made his middle name F.U. or he
F.U.
added
dash to the last name.
He tried to 5-hole him with that. Like he's the smartest person
Right,
in the
yeah,
world.
yeah,
Like no
yeah.
one was gonna catch
No
it.
one's going to do this. And by the way, who cares? Who calls the name out? Like who says when are you traveling and someone says your name? Nobody ever says like
Maybe on a plane.
No.
I mean, most of the times I'm walking through an airport. Sean Jordan, is
that
that
Sean-
wet jumper over there? That guy, the Jordan.
So
I recently
wet.
saw
So
a
wet.
post on Instagram where somebody they got their license plate changed, and I think it was randomly given to them.
Yeah.
But it was the letter L, and then the number 8, and then the number 4, and then it was ANL, so it looked like late for anal. And they had like
You don't want to be
finally,
late,
always
you don't
right
want to be
on
late
time.
for that. Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the one thing is that
you got to
know,
breathe your way through
Well,
it.
you just that if you are involved in anal, you got to be.
I tried to back time it. I tried to back into
You
that.
got to be
Punctual.
punctual. Despite his so he fell off a few years ago, but the joke backfired. Despite the former squatty getting a driver's license under his new moniker, he has been told he cannot have it on the passport. When it expired earlier this year, he applied for a new one. His application was denied because his name may cause offense. What
To
do they
whom?
do? What do they do? Like, how do they know he changed?
How
his
does
name?
BJ Dickens
What?
Sheets travel?
What would be the
It sounds fake.
customs or TSA person who would need to do anything more than roll their eyes?
Right. That's it.
Is this you?
Or
Not-
take a
not
picture
do
of
I
it
approve.
and point and laugh.
Show people.
Also, there's a lot of people who have names that just naturally line up with some sort of offensive term.
Baseball player Dick Pole.
Thank you.
Dick Trickle.
Dick Trickle. Yeah,
Dick
there we
Trickle.
go. Or Dick Buttkiss.
Or
people-
BJ Dickens Sheets.
I've seen dudes at airports with shirts that are way gnarlier than whatever that name is.
Anything Calvin is pissing on. The supermarket worker from Bude, Cornwall, has contested the HM passport office's verdict how many times?
Wait, so he's appealing this?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
contested it.
He's not
He's
even going to work on
contested it.
changing his
It's
name.
weird because he's sort of an idiot for
69 times.
doing this. Fucking nice, dude.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
My daughter's birthday is June 9th, and I'm always going to think it's funny. Doesn't matter how old I am.
That is funny.
69, dude. Mine's June 10th. My daughter's June 10th. All right, so doesn't do anything. But
Wait, how many times?
how many times has he contested it?
4.
Jay?
10.
Stick with it.
15.
Okay.
69.
Get your answers in. One of you is one off. Do you want to switch
Oh,
up
I'll
and
go
down?
3.
Okay.
9.
16. Lucky number 16.
Supermarket worker from Bude, Cornwall, has contested his HM passport office's verdict 3 times. Very good, Daniel.
Boom, boom.
Oh, nice.
But the Home Office has refused to budge. Keen traveler Kenny says he doesn't want to change his name again. So he
That's
faces
so
a
much work.
life of UK
kinda have
holidays.
to.
Faces a life of UK holidays. He said, "I'm not gonna."
I'd
travel
rather
out-
not see the world and keep this dumb joke going.
He said, "I've decided to change my name to Fukinard, Fuckinard." A few years back, when I had to apply for a driving license,
he
it
was
was accepted fine. Driving license fine. So I figured it wouldn't make much difference applying for a passport. How wrong was I?
What's good for the DMV, not good.
For the gander. I got refused on grounds my name could cause offense or was vulgar. So I complained, but they upheld the decision, so I complained again. When I was told they'd keep the fee for administration costs, if I wanted to take them out further, they said I needed to contact my MP. So I wrote to MP Scott Mann. Not the best name for an MP.
Scott Mann.
He replied saying they're within their remit to refuse. I'm going to show you the picture, and I think this is probably his profile picture, but I just want to show you what he looks like. This guy.
Pinch that out. I want a
just-
closer look.
Make
He
it
looks-
bigger and make it bigger. Make
Pinch,
it bigger.
pinch that out.
Pinch
That's a
that
fun
out,
way to say it.
baby.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
He does look like a fucking
He's eventually going to quit drinking.
He's just standing on. He's hanging out on a stick. It's like.
That's
By the
not
way,
a pogo stick.
No one thinks he's funny. Not one person in his life thinks he's funny. They tolerate him.
They're like, oh God, here's Kenny.
There was a guy in the phone book we used
He's
to
a
prank. I think I've
fucking
said
nerd.
this before. His name was Oral Sexton.
Oh,
And
Oral Sex-
what are they supposed to do if they're like, oh, we're offended by your
why
name?
is that funny?
Yeah,
Dude,
He
let
doesn't
me introduce you to BJ Dickens
Your
Sheets.
daughter's birthday is 6'9". Anyway, I object to them denying my chosen name, said the former squatty. Now I'm skint with no passport. I like that term.
Skint? Never
I don't know
heard
what
that
that
in my
means.
life.
I guess Skintman's like out of
hanging out
luck.
to dry.
Out of luck. Like a prisoner in my own country. All right, relax. You're jumping on a stick with a dog. You're fine. On the one hand, I find the whole thing funny, as do all of my friends. Okay. No, I guarantee you half of them.
So I got so many friends, dude. They all think it's funny. All
How
of
many
them.
friends do you have? Oh, I have a lot of friends.
They don't even have a number for it.
Is 4 a lot?
But I'm also finding it hard to believe the name could be construed as anything but funny and slightly ridiculous. It's just a joke. I agree with Home Office policy that not all names are acceptable, such as racial hate words or anything that involves hatred. He's kind of right. This is just a silly name. But the fact that he changed, why did he have to tell people that he changed it? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. Maybe do they know? Did they just know? Like, is it somewhere?
I've never
documented?
seen a 2-letter.
Well, he probably had to.
hyphen.
Maybe when he submitted, for his new passport, he had to provide paperwork from his name change.
Probably. Fukinard is not a.
Yes.
I'm going to say Fukinard is
getting
not.
a laugh out of me
What
every
if he
time.
said it's Fukinard?
That's 100% what I think.
I would say you're the one pronouncing it wrong.
So let me ask you.
You're the one. Get your mind out of the gutter. My name's Fukinard. My mom was Fu, and my dad was Canard.
That sounds funnier to me than fucking art or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking sounds hilarious.
Fukinard.
Who? I'm not saying he's without dumb.
He's dumb.
Who's more dumb in this story?
I think. So
Whoever's reviewing this application, in my
right
opinion.
is an idiot. But they did it. They denied 3 times. Dan.
Yeah, because
So
it's the same damn person every time he sends it in.
It's not offensive, and I object to them denying my chosen name. Kenny first changed his name to. So this is the first time he changed his name. He first changed his name to Coco Kenny.
This guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
When he was how old? How old was he if he first changed it officially to Coco Kenny?
19.
21.
18.
16.
Oh, you can do that over there.
Oh, so he has dumb parents.
But after he joined the army, thank you for your service.
Coco Kenny.
He was told at age 19, he was told to change it back because, quote, it was immature. After 8 years serving his country, 8 years, let him call himself fucking hard, for God's sakes. Kenny decided to change it to
Not even that
something
good
a
of a
bit more
name.
fun. Knowing that he'd be applying for normal jobs, he knew to play it a bit safe and settle for F.U. Canard because not everybody gets the joke. Life's too short to be boring. I agree with it.
I'm with him.
This guy's seen war.
Yeah, but why not go like Suckanard?
Yes. Kenny successfully.
Suckanard doesn't even make sense.
Suckanard's pretty funny.
That's not getting by. Suck. That
Suck
suck doesn't
on-
get
I know,
by
but
a
if you're
lot
gonna
of people.
go for it, Fuckanard is barely.
Successfully
A
applied
build a
for
title.
He successfully applied for a driver's license in 2016, so had no reason to suspect that it would be any different for applying for a passport. But the Home Office dismissed the application on 3 occasions: May, June, July this year, citing Section 2 on its longstanding policy on changing names. So I guess he did have to submit that paperwork. Official guidelines list a series of names that may cause outrage or offense that could be classified
Outrage
as
or unexpected.
offense. Who is going to be offended by
Who's
that?
getting outraged? If
Jay-
I'm going through TSA or customs and they're outraged, I go, "This is what you're out. This is your focus
So
for the
these
day?"
words include the use of swear words, sexually explicit references, inappropriate religious connotation. What? Is vulgar, offensive,
don't make fun of my
or
make-believe book.
or libelous to an individual. So you
Jason, so I can't be Jason Jesus Christ.
can't- no, you can't. Makes use of a person.
Jason Christ.
Jesus, Jason Christ.
Jesus, Jason Christ. Jesus, Jason Christ. Can we start just adding names in the middle of that?
Why not?
I did say
Jesus, Sean Christ.
I was frustrated with my daughter, and I don't know why this came out of my mouth. I was like, Jesus Christ on a stick.
Yeah, that's common.
On a stick.
But
I
I
never
like-
said that before.
On a stick, I've heard. On
It
a
was really
bicycle is
two
very
sticks.
popular. Christ on a
Okay.
It's
bicycle.
really two
You never heard
sticks.
Christ on a bicycle?
No,
No,
I've
That's
heard
a- that's a
Jesus
common
Christ.
one.
on a
Jesus
stick.
Christ on a stick made my daughter.
Christ
and-
on a crutch, yeah.
Christ
Yes,
on a
Christ on a
cross.
Christ on a cross.
On a crutch.
Christ on a crutch.
So he's got ankle problems, I guess, from
Yeah.
the nail.
Yeah, yeah.
He skateboarded right before his daughter was.
God damn it.
You get those abs from working on your core. That's
yeah.
what
That's
skateboarding
right.
does.
That's right.
Right.
These swear
And
words.
that's
okay,
when Jesus used
makes
his
the name of
crutches.
a person. Okay, so the guidance also states this applies to phonetic as well as actual use of words compromising or comprising or part of the entire name. In a letter to the office, he advised that they would retain Kenny's how much application fee in pounds. So what did he have to pay for an application fee to get it changed? What do you think?
100 pounds.
What do you think?
50 pounds. I don't know, 50 pounds?
25 pounds.
Get your answers in, townies. $94. 12.75 pounds. Dan, you were very close. Bemused and bewildered, he wrote to the Tory MP Scott Mann, whose office also supported. Yeah, what are they going to do under Section 2 of the Home Office concerning unacceptable names? It's within its rights to refuse your request for a passport.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me posit this, and I think this is the angle he should use.
Yeah.
He says, fine, I won't leave the UK, right? Gets married, has a kid. That kid goes to get a passport. And they go, this is the name I was born with. That's my
right.
dad's name. They're going to go, sorry,
Can't.
you have to go change your name if you want to leave the country. We don't care about the name you were born into. What's the difference?
What if the kid says, I am being abused by my father and I need to leave the country? And this is the
T.S.
Too bad.
Elliot.
Too bad. T.S.
Deal with
Elliot.
it. Shouldn't have such a dumb name.
Deal with it. So the wacky retailer
Christ on a
shocked.
passport.
Christ on a passport by a Home Office decision and said he's been left stumped. What can I do? Live without a passport? Kenny, who loves to travel and last went on a holiday to Sri
course he
Lanka.
does.
You can live without a passport. I did it for quite some
He
time.
last one, but he loves to go on holidays.
Yeah, he's
without
a
a
good time
passport,
guy.
I can't go on a holiday abroad. I live in a seaside town. Why do you need to say that? But I've always
in a Morrissey
Christ
song?
on,
I mean,
Christ on a
I
seaside.
live in a seaside town.
There,
This
that was
seaside town.
Is that Billy Joel?
They
You guys sound
forgot
like Billy
to
Joel.
look down.
Yeah, so
Armageddon.
yeah, so my last holiday to Sri Lanka was about 3 years ago. So he's going to Sri Lanka a lot.
Yeah.
He's like, how am I
I don't know
supposed to meet the mail order bride before I take her? How am I supposed to meet the man who looks like a woman that I want to love? Last holiday.
Is that Sri
Can you
Lanka?
change your name to a famous person's name? Like if I wanted to change my name to like
100%.
Beyonce Knowles or something,
Yep.
I could do that?
Why
Maybe.
couldn't- Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering.
Sean
'cause
Beyonce Knowles Jordan?
No, just like Beyonce
Beyonce Knowles. Maybe.
No more Sean
why
Jordan.
would you just make it Michael?
I'm sure there's plenty.
Michael Jordan. I went camping down.
Beyonce on a bicycle.
I went camping down Senon Beach for my week off. For my we don't care. For my next
Who
leave,
cares about
I have
your
no
dumb life?
plan.
Actually, guys, I'm pretty invested.
Okay.
bragging
listen
quite a bit.
Listen to what was reported. Now I think the newspaper is dumb. Whoever is reporting this. This is a real quote. Listen to this. I went camping down Senon Beach for my week off. For my next leave, I have no plans as my options are limited. So they're saying I don't have any plans for my next trip.
Well, how am I supposed to?
Well, that's news. Let's write that in the thing. I have a stag do in 3 weeks. For instance, when the best man was deciding what to do for it, I knew I couldn't travel, so he settled on Cardiff instead. So now he's like,
You're
passport
ruining
thing
other
is
people's
affecting
plans.
his
good friend.
bachelor party.
Now my buddy
I don't
can't
know.
go cheat on his wife like he's supposed to.
He's got to do it in Cardiff.
Allegedly.
He's got to go to Cardiff. He's like, do you know how hard it is to find a hooker in Cardiff? I mean, did I say that out loud?
It's
not Liverpool. What am I
live in
doing
a
over here?
seaside town. I don't know what else I can do to escalate the situation with the ATM passport office because no one has advised me how else I can change this verdict. I only have one red line, though. I'm keeping my surname. I don't want to change it again, especially because they're restricting my freedom.
I agree with him.
I like fucking hard. There you go. That's story number one.
They should make T-shirts for him.
BJ Dick and Sheets.
I like
It is
fucking
crazy. I mean, there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to have that name. It's stupid.
He's
but
bottomless breadsticks at BJ Dick and Sheets. I mean, everything's bottomless at BJ Dick and Sheets. All right, that is story number one down in the books. When we come back, Sean Jordan has a new special that you all must see.
He has a podcast that you must listen
And they're going on tour this summer, so you want to check that out. We'll find out all of that stuff and what we have going on right after this break. It is Sean Jordan on Dumb People Town. Don't go nowhere. I mean, don't.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, gang, welcome back to the show. Before we get into what the great Sean Jordan, he's right here with us, has going on, including a special and the podcast tour. He's got a great podcast, too. Jay, we can tell good people and fine people that we will be in the Dallas area. Great shows in Salt Lake City. Thank you to all the Dumb People Town fans, and they were amazing.
That's great.
Dumb People Town's podcast
Showed
listeners,
out.
They showed out.
Tell Keith I said hi.
Yes.
Great.
We did. Keith is the absolute best. So I think we talked to him about going to Vegas. So looks like we're going to go to Vegas. We've never performed in Vegas. We're going to perform in his wife's
Well,
house.
that's not entirely
Well,
true.
we did. Never performed when it wasn't a Winnebago.
I would say you did some of the best performing of all at an RV.
We worked hard at a
salesman
Winnebago
corporate
dealership owner
salesman
event.
annual event.
Could not have been a worse audience.
So we're going to go back there.
I
but
thought it was
thank
great.
you
The
to-
roles were wonderful.
Thank you to everybody. That was really, really fun. But we are going to be in Dallas at Hyenas, which I love those clubs.
Love
We'll
the
be in
clubs.
Fort Worth on Wednesday the 19th, and then downtown Dallas on Thursday the 20th. Let's sell
Of
these shows
June.
out.
Let's
of
sell 'em
June.
out.
And then we'll be in the secret group on the 21st and 22nd. Daniel, you might be in Dallas.
I might be.
Jump up and do
Are
a
you
little
gonna be in
guest
Dallas
set
or
with us.
Houston, maybe?
Dallas is less likely, but there's a chance. But there's a good chance I'm in Houston when you're there.
Come
For
on,
both
do a
days?
guest set.
At least one.
At least
Yeah,
the Friday
all right.
night.
Daniel's
Yeah.
going to perform on the show if he's there.
It
I love it.
depends.
So get your tickets. It's
Stop.
going to be fun. Stop.
Well, I might have to go to Wisconsin.
All right, fine. I
hey,
got you.
now.
So, and we have lots of good stuff happening over the summer, including this Kevin Hart show that we're writing on, which I'm very excited about. The Olympic show.
fun.
We'll get that as it sort of nears. Taggets. We're doing at Largo on the 25th. Supersklars.com has all of that information. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Sklar Brothers. Sean, let's talk about
Jordan.
the specials, buddy.
Tell us.
Special.
Boom, hit it.
So the special it came out on Patreon. So if you're feeling froggy, you can go buy it on Patreon. But
Great.
you can listen to it. It's on Spotify now. It's called Girl Dad, and I worked really hard on it. It's the first time I ever worked hard on stand up.
In your life?
I don't really do.
What do you mean by that?
I really, really got it all together. I made my first album, and it was hodgepodgey. But this one, I put thought into every word, every single word. I got it as close to perfect as I can get something.
Great.
And then we're doing. I'm lucky enough to be a part of the All Fantasy Everything podcast, started by
You
Ian
are
Carmel.
phenomenal on that podcast, which we will have Ian on.
Thank you, brother. It is a very, very fun one. And we're going on tour. We're doing the whole East Coast, New York, Philly, D.C., Boston, getting up to Toronto.
Where in Chicago are you guys doing your show? Do you know?
The Den Theater?
Nice.
Love the Den.
We just added a second one, so
Nice.
let's,
And that's on June 20th or 21st, I think, right? 'Cause
21st, I
looking at
want
it
to
today.
say.
Yeah.
And where in Boston are you going to be?
Arts at the Armory.
Okay.
It's in
Nice.
Somerville.
In
Yeah.
New York?
Which New York, we're doing the Bell House.
Bell House.
The best.
Yeah. If you're there that Tuesday, go ahead and buy a ticket.
Yeah, let's get that
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday.
Go ahead and buy a ticket for that Tuesday show.
Get that Tuesday show.
It's one of the most fun shows to listen to.
Oh
All
my
Fantasy
God.
Everything.
I
And
love it.
live, it really gets. I had the pleasure of doing it with you guys at High Plains last year.
The electricity
most
behind
fun-
each pick.
One of the most fun. We talked about afterwards.
Guy
It's
takes it real serious, which is great. It is
Daniel
very
does.
good.
right, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So do
I
we.
draft if you don't
So
want
do
to
we. We
It's
did Little Debbie
fantastic.
snack cakes.
I know, and they're making new ones, by the way.
Dude,
know.
all right, that
we drafted
was,
a dive bar.
Yeah.
damn,
was
that's a
fun.
great.
That's a good one.
That's a
Yeah.
great.
You had categories. You had to pick a song, an aesthetic, a feature,
Oh
a
my God.
person,
And
Perfect.
a
and a
food,
food.
right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
What was your food, Dan?
Cheese curds.
I think mine was free popcorn.
Probably some. Yeah, probably.
I think
was.
mine was the free popcorn at a
Dude,
dive
the
bar.
hot the $2 was it free hot dogs?
Free hot
Free
dogs
hot
at
dogs at
Rudy's.
Rudy's on 44th and 9th in New York City.
$2 drafts and free.
Everybody should go see All Fantasy Everything. Everybody should listen to Girl Dad.
Thank you. The dive bar guy that I picked was a guy who's divorced. They're trying to talk to younger women.
Yeah. Do you remember who I picked as my person?
No.
The old slut.
God bless him.
Her.
Oh, sorry.
Specifically her.
Oh, I'm upset,
and
Dan.
she's so much fun, and she's always like, I could still talk to you if I want. Like, oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
You're
I
not
think that's on
that
the
tall.
Patreon
What does
for
that
All
mean?
Fantasy Everything.
You're not that young.
I bet I can ride this.
I bet I can is followed
Yeah,
with something
sure.
that they can't
It's
do.
such a good podcast. If you like our podcast, you will love this
Go see
podcast.
it live.
Add it to your queue.
Literally
go see it live.
and then
Start-
thank us.
And seriously, we say this over and over again, but the way you can support comics like us is to listen to their stuff, to give it positive reviews, to give it.
You know what?
Daniel
Some
says-
people hit up SiriusXM and say, "Hey, give me some more of those Girl
Yeah.
Dad spins."
Play those spins. There you
True
go.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel,
Ready?
jump into story 2.
This is not a Am I the Asshole, but I'm real curious to see throughout the story where
Where
guys
we land.
Here's the headline. Bride wants a divorce a day after the wedding because husband broke her, quote, one rule. Day after the wedding divorce, one
He
rule.
He talked
disres-
about Fight Club.
Derek, this is from Derek, the legendary daddy, at Game Design Dude. Been around
And
for
it's
a while.
not Derek
Thanks,
Lipkin.
This is
That's what's
another
amazing.
Derek.
A woman has revealed how she broke up with her husband the day after their wedding because he ignored her one request and grabbed her by the back of the head and smashed her face into the cake.
What?
You guys all have
Grabbed her by
you've
the
all
back
been
of
married
the
at least
head.
once.
Dude, grabbed her by the back, of the head. Sounds so like
so
who is she?
smashed her head
Sean
into the cake.
Puffy
Smash her head
Combs?
into.
Did any of the three of you do
Did he-
cake on the face bullshit?
No.
at
No,
your
we
wedding?
ate that.
No.
We fed each other the cake.
Gingerly.
We
I think I
Properly.
off of a fork.
With love.
With
You
love.
went off of the fork.
I gave a fork and I
We
fed.
ate it with our hands like animals.
We
but it was
Laura and I
goddamn
spit in
good.
each other's mouths like a
No.
Oh, yeah, dude.
come
Bird
on.
love.
We slammed
That's
our
called
shoulder
bird
pads
love, dude.
Yeah, no, I
baby
ate
birded
it.
each other?
I
let her
ate it.
smack you on the
Could
face.
you
but-
imagine if you're at a wedding and they baby birded each other?
Oh my God! So he eats it,
Cake, and
and
then-
she lays down, and he drops it.
I wonder how many people would leave. One uncle would leave, and another uncle would be like, hell yeah.
So here's
I don't care
the
for
short-sightedness of
See,
this.
Karen?
So she's extrapolating that I will tell him to do something and he'll never do it no matter what it is. This is an example. But the feeding of the cake is the only time you will feed this person anything for the rest of their
No,
life.
not true. You never sat across at an Italian restaurant and be like, here, just try it.
No,
Come on.
I
I
hand
have.
the fork
hand him the
over.
fork.
You hand the fork?
over.
Oh.
Big put the food in
I'm
the other
not putting
person's
a
mouth.
food in the other
Yeah,
person's mouth.
You never
Come
know.
on.
You never know.
I'm not.
And
Go
by the way,
quick
if
bite.
you're across the table,
little
Dan,
Rav, little tortellini.
Daniel, if you're across the table, there is no way you can reach behind and grab their head and
Well, that's-
slam it.
Smash it into the
You have to do that
orecchiette.
thing where you like put your hand under it
Yeah,
too, and then your
there's-
shirt's getting in your spaghetti.
Thank you. There's like there's care taken when you do it that way. There is no. This is the only time you ever get to
But if
like.
your partner said, do not do this, you wouldn't do it.
So
right?
I think it's
there's a way.
fine that he put his hand on the back of the head. It's fine that he smashed it down. The fact that he held her face in it.
he didn't need
So
to
where
try
she
to
could not
drown
breathe.
her in buttercream.
That felt like overkill. Now I
yeah.
think she has a case.
Yeah, you want those centerpieces now?
Yeah.
Did he?
Give me
did
my
he
money.
have to stand over her?
The woman wrote into U.S. magazines, Us magazine, Slate's advice column, Dear Prudence, under the moniker "Give him till February," and explained how she got married just before Christmas wedding, but is now hoping.
Christmas wedding is not fair to the guests.
I went to a Christmas wedding.
Dan, it's not fair to the
They
guests.
had like 35 Christmas trees around the dance floor. The mom told us on the day of the wedding, because I was in
Dan,
the wedding.
no.
She told us that she had a nightmare that we all got drunk and started pissing into the Christmas trees.
I
was
would.
like, don't tell us that.
I would.
So for
don't
the first
encourage
dance,
make
the
that
groom
real.
slides down a chimney.
It was negative 14 degrees on the wedding day. 2 guys got locked outside of the hotel.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Dan.
The
It was
Christmas
wild.
wedding
It's a wild
is
wedding.
the dumbest
But I love
idea.
both those
I'm
people,
gonna be
and I'm
naughty. I'm gonna get it in under the wire.
Still two of
They
my
think
best
I'm
friends.
nice.
Okay.
Just slam her face in
So
the
they got
cake.
married just before Christmas, but is now hoping to get a divorce or an annulment before the end of January due to her husband's disrespect.
Yeah.
She revealed she told him the day after her wedding that it was, quote, over. But during the Christmas holidays, many friends told her to give him a second chance and not give up at the first hurdle.
Spirit of Christmas.
Doesn't it really depend on the hurdle?
There's going to be a
Sort of
lot more
blanket
hurdle. If
statement.
that's the first hurdle,
That's
there's
what they're
I
saying.
agree.
more.
That's what I think.
Okay,
they should get
she's an idiot. I'm going to tell
Sean
you what.
is like
She
this.
He is also, but to me, a hurdle is you're not allowed to drink, and he gets drunk at the wedding.
That's a big hurdle.
That's a massive hurdle.
almost a wall.
You didn't listen to me, and you did my face in the thing. It's like you can be mean to him. You can tell him that he's got to do like
Don't
20
you think
nice
with
things.
weddings,
to you.
I think people really picture, some people really picture what their day is going to be. And this is a thing she didn't want at all.
Except that the pictures, I'm assuming, because when the cake comes, it's the end of the night.
Oh, really? It's
The
usually
picture-
beginning of night.
No.
weddings I've
The
been to.
pictures are all done. The
They will
wedding
take
is
pictures
done.
of
Right.
that. They
They'll
will
take
take
pictures
pictures
of
of
The
that
that.
cutting
right
of the
away
cake
these
and all
days.
that stuff.
They'll
That's
take
just
pictures
one-
of it, but I'm saying like the family photos.
The
where
dad,
you need
mom,
to look nice.
dad, the dad dance, the girl
That's
dance.
all
the
early.
speeches,
That's
all
earlier. The
right?
makeup,
They're
everything.
walking in.
All that is already taken. So like you can let loose a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and just do what
how many
do the
brides
opposite of
know
what
where
they
their
ask for.
shoes are at the end of the night? Nobody.
journalist Janae Desmond Harris, who writes
boy.
the Agony Aunt column. I don't know how that got into Dear
Agony
Prudence.
Aunt.
Advised her to continue with the divorce and even question her friends, writing, make a mental note about which of your loved ones don't seem to value your happiness.
Wow.
Now, here's a picture, and I
Agony
don't know
Aunt
if this
was-
is a stock photo
That guy looks like a goddamn psychopath.
or a photo of the wedding, but you tell me, you still want to stay with this guy?
Oh God.
He looks like the devil in movies.
It's like-
in most movies.
Yeah, he's the guy who's like. Also like I would have
That's good.
gotten rid of him for the necklace.
He's
over
not holding the
shirt.
back of her head.
I don't know if
Necklace
that's
over the
them or
shirt
not.
and no tie.
I don't know if that's them
No
or not.
tie.
Okay. That might not be
The column has now gone viral with hundreds of people shocked by the husband's behavior. Give him till February. Explained.
Hundreds. Is that viral?
Is that viral?
That's
Hundreds.
a good question.
let's just say
Daniel,
let's just say that the column has piqued some interest.
So Daniel,
Sure. We got some reaction on
Daniel's special has been viewed over 70,000 times. I saw the video.
Oh, yeah? Thanks.
It's so
on
good.
its way to 100,000,
That'd be
and I
nice.
hope the same happens to you, Shawnee.
For that page.
Shawnee Connie.
I'm
But
not going to watch Dan's, but I appreciate it.
But
Don't watch
That's
it.
fine.
do not.
Well, you don't have to watch it. Just put it on and hit play.
Put it on in the background.
Let him get
That's
the
why I
view.
always tell people, like, just play it.
turn
Just
your
play it.
computer around and just put it on in the background.
As you're putting your
I'm telling
daughter
you, you're
to
going to
sleep.
get to 100,000. Okay,
That's very nice.
That is.
I don't know if
More
I
than
consider that
hundreds.
viral.
Yeah, but
I don't even
think
know if I consider it in the scheme of YouTube. I'd be like, is that viral?
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah,
That's good. That's
Okay.
good. That's a good thing.
Give until February. Explained. That's the bride.
Mm-hmm.
I never cared about getting married, but I wasn't opposed to it. So when my boyfriend proposed in 2020, we decided to go for it. We each took on about half the responsibility for organizing the wedding, but I think I was pretty reasonable about compromise when he really wanted something. My only hard and fast rule is that he would not rub cake in my face at the reception, which now makes me feel like he's one of these guys. It's like the thing you say don't do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
He's
do
almost
it.
has to do it to see if you still love
It's
him.
like the Kevin
Don't work
McDonald.
out every morning when you get up. That's
Yep.
what I would hate for the rest of my life.
Yes.
If you got up,
'Cause
if
now
you got
you-
up and did like 1,000 sit-ups every
Sure.
day.
Sure.
So mad at that.
Disgusting.
He breaks
pig.
that rule. Being a reasonable man who knows me well, he didn't. Instead, so she said, "Don't rub it on my face."
Right.
Being a reasonable man,
Still talking about the cake.
no. Talking about I won't say your friend's name.
69 days.
Being a reasonable man who knows me well, he didn't. Instead, he grabbed me by the back of the head and shoved my head down into it.
Ooh.
It was planned since the cake was destroyed, and he had a bunch of cupcakes as backup.
So he knew this was like
The whole time, he
all
was
along.
like, "I know this is the thing she doesn't want to do. I'm going to do it, and I'll ruin the cake, and then I got
So
cupcakes as the backup."
what's his play? Like, is it his friends? There's like
It's a bit of an ass. If you
right.
ask
If
me.
it's
She trying to tell you what to do. So you
could say-
you got to draw a line in the sand
you
now.
establish
that Key
that
and
she-
Peele sketch.
Yeah.
I said.
I said.
You said that to her face?
Yeah.
That's what I. That's what
Yeah,
I.
I said
I
it
was
out-
on the
I
way
said
out,
it
and
out
I
loud.
To her face.
before
I said it out
to her-
loud.
to her
Yes.
face. As the
Out
door
loud.
closed and she was
I said-
upstairs and I was downstairs. I said.
You did.
I love that sketch so much. She went on to explain how she left the next day. But over the holidays, everyone has got together to implore her to give him a second chance.
Why? Why are people?
Ruined everyone's Christmas.
Oh my God.
That is
that is
a
the
good
Christmas
point.
miracle. That's the Christmas miracle.
the newlywed also questioned if she was overreacting because
She questioned it.
she said she's very claustrophobic following a car accident and that she absolutely panicked after being shoved into the cake.
Did she have an accident with a cake truck?
Now, as a man who knows his limits,
Dan, you do know your limits, and you don't like claustrophobia.
anytime you do feel like, let me down, I can't get up.
Yeah,
like,
closed in.
If you are claustrophobic, you
Jay.
instantly will go get the, like you will go
Get
to
off.
10. You'll
Get
go to
off.
10.
You go feral. I mean, you just got to like get
Yes.
safe.
Yes.
I know.
And so I do understand that she was like, not only did I not want cake on my face, given the option, I feel like she probably would have chose that over pin me down and hold my face in.
And nobody wants to go nuts at their own wedding. No one wants to be seen at that level at their own
You're
wedding.
right.
No.
You're
Get the
right.
fuck off me. and just
Yes,
flip it
you're
around.
right. That's
Nobody
another
wants
great
that.
point.
In your wedding
Nobody
dress.
wants to be put into the red zone.
right. And she and then
That's it.
Around with
she
the white
doesn't want
knuckles.
people saying, "Is she all right?"
Yeah.
I don't know about. I'll ask you guys at the end of this. I don't know about the
9
leaving
inches.
or not leaving, but if I'm her and I'm adopting all the things she says she's feeling and taking it as genuine,
Right.
there's a part of me that would be like, what do we do here now, man? Because I asked for one thing, you said fuck that. Then the thing you did to me was almost worse than you doing it.
So Dan, that is
and you premeditated the whole. It wasn't like you got a little drunk in between
you
the
had
ceremony and the
cupcakes.
reception.
This was something you
Yes.
were going to do no matter what I said.
Probably immediately. Probably right when she said it. He was like,
Does
"I'm
this
And also,
looking for cupcakes.
why is this so important to you? If
to
it-
him to do it,
right? So like, if
to break the one thing I
yeah,
asked for.
but the cake thing, why is that so important?
Also,
why
it's
is the
an
cake?
arms race of why is this so important? Like to her,
I would be curious to go, had I never asked you, I swear to God, don't worry.
Would
We
you
may
do-
break
would
up.
you
We
have
may
done-
end this anyway.
That's
We
probably
may
ain't
end
gonna
this
work.
anyway. So you don't really have any
Did
reason to
my
like cover.
saying
Yes.
it-
Do you think it would have even entered your mind?
I would ask for a percentage of my.
That's a good
How
one.
much?
That's good.
Was
That's fair.
my saying that I didn't want to do it? Was it 55% of what made you want to do it? Did you want to do it already?
No, but this is
You probably would never get an honest answer. That's a great
My
way to put
niece
it.
is a cupcake ear, right? Is that what you call
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that's
Cupcake
what-
year.
Cupcake ear.
Well, so this is here's my thing.
Cupcakey-ness.
It's it's the action itself. Why is that so important to him? Now, if it's that she was like, listen, after the night, I'm going to be so tired and we have sex all the time. Like, we don't need to have sex tonight on our wedding night. That's not what I want to do. And then he's like, okay. And then the next comment, now you're talking about rape. So that's like a crazy other thing.
But also, even if he had said, I understand that it's something you want to do, but it would affect his level of enjoyment to where he could say, like, can we talk about that?
Right.
Because that is something I would want.
Let me pose it in a different way.
If he goes for it, that's
Let
insane.
me pose it in a different way.
Forever.
Sticking her head in the cake is it is kind of violent.
Don't you think if we were at a wedding table?
Of course it is.
If we were at a wedding table at this wedding and we saw that, we'd all be like, oh,
no,
shit.
no.
And even if we were only invited, like all of our dates were the people who knew them, we don't know these people at all, we would be like, that is not going to go
talk to that guy.
Yeah. Or you'd be like, she's going to be pissed.
Oh,
off.
she's so upset. I'm saying if he just would have taken a piece and like smashed it in her face, like that is better than that is way better than head down.
And I think she'd have been pissed, but maybe not.
She would not have been like, I'm leaving the marriage. An asshole. She would have been like, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
When you're not having sex, anyone likes a hand on the back of their head. I never want that in a normal.
What? I thought
unless you're having sex. If it's on, it's on.
Exactly.
But in real life, if I'm at Starbucks,
any other situation,
somebody's like, come here.
Somebody comes up and they're just put my fucking I'm like, get your hand off me.
So no, there was a
what are you, Sonny in a Bronx?
There was a history teacher at our school that would he would
wrangle you,
grab like boys and like grab them by the back of their head. And I was like, this is not.
Come over here, boys. We're going
too aggressive.
I'm like, wait, why does this guy get to be the assistant manager for the water polo team? Uncomfortable.
Yeah,
She's a true story.
She went on to say she loves him but doesn't feel that at all right now, and that her friends tell her it's a serious mistake to divorce so quickly. However, dozens of people responded saying it was a red flag and that her wishes weren't respected. Man, I kind of hope this is the clip because I feel like we're going to get a lot of townie responses on this. So I'll ask you, we'll get out here on this. Just where do you side and how severe do you think she should go with it?
So let's set it up one more time. So woman says, I
never even really wanted to get married.
I do not want you to I don't want you to put my face in the cake. No, I don't want you to put smash cake in my face. Smash cake in my face. And he disregards it. Not only does he disregard it, he literally dunks her head in like it's a baptism by cake.
Yep.
Head in the cake, which is so violent.
Christ on a cake.
Christ on a cake.
Them at Lollapalooza.
Right, Christ on a cake, head in the cake. And then he has cupcakes. So he's now made a plan, and he has cupcakes there because
like, we ruined
he knows
the cake. He's going to do this.
Right, so he knows
well ahead of time.
Well ahead of time. And it's the one thing that she doesn't want to do. I think, first of all, she needs to be a little more flexible in life, but the back of the head thing ruins it for me. I'm like, you can leave him. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, get out of it now.
My verdict is definite. We're definitely on probationary time, and like one indication of other, like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah. I think.
Would you leave?
I think, as somebody who's been married for a couple years, that if that bothers you that much to where you're thinking about getting divorced, wait until someone's leaving the lights on, or wait until all those cupboards in the kitchen are open for no reason.
Oh my God!
Wait until I'm saying wait until.
No, I'm with you.
Wait until like the bathroom fan never gets turned on.
Air conditioning and it's 68 degrees outside. What are we doing in this house?
They're gonna get divorced. I mean, I better. It's like cut your losses before you get in any deeper, is what I would say.
Yeah, maybe she knows her limitations, and she's like, look, I understand the thing that's going to make me really mad, and if I don't want to commit a homicide, let's get out of this thing right now.
If they've been together for years, he also knows she doesn't like being like pinned down face, like claustrophobic.
She's claustrophobic.
Stuff. Like he would also know that about a person.
The fact that he doesn't understand what claustrophobia is. Maybe he doesn't know that she was in a car accident. They don't know each other that well. They don't know each other. I say it's like to quote there's an old Louis C.K. bit where he's like, when you're just dating someone and you're like, oh, and then you have kids and you're like, oh, I could have left then. I can't leave now. So like, but you can leave at any time. I'm saying this is your moment. It just got kind of revealed to you in a big way.
Cut the rope.
It's not like somebody having a hard moment and you can understand why. It wasn't like his dad came over and yelled at him, and so then she came over and was like, what's wrong? And he's like, I can't talk right now. Like, it's not like he snapped at her because someone snapped at him.
This is a premeditated
chosen thing.
Premeditated disrespect.
Yeah.
And it is, in all seriousness, like it is a minor infraction in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
Agreed.
But it matters so much to her, and it was a clear violation of what she wanted.
Right.
So that's going to spiral. And
I
it's
don't
going
care
to get
about the
worse.
things that you care about.
That it
That's
is
a
going to
great
turn
way to
into
put
like
it.
a don't drive when you're drunk thing, and he's going to be like, well,
Shut
I'm
up.
fine.
eat shit. Here I go
yeah,
driving.
yeah.
It's like, I'm fine. All right, there you go. Story number
So
2
much
in the
dumbness.
books. Jay,
Sorry to
give
get
it,
so serious.
No,
Give us-
you're right.
Well,
give us a little taste of
We
it.
got more shenanigans at a zoo.
There you
coming
go.
up.
I
Dan's
love it.
favorite.
Always. All right, we come back. We'll hear what Daniel's got going on, how you can support him. It's Dumb People Town with the great Sean Jordan. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Let me ask you something. You ever feel like you need a little boost in the bedroom? Well, with Hims, you will feel confident knowing that you can get hard and stay hard whenever you're in the mood.
Hims is changing men's health care by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your own couch. Jay, Hims provides access to doctor-trusted ED treatment options such as chewable hard mints, brand name treatments like Viagra, or generic alternatives for up to 95% cheaper. This process is simple, 100% online, no uncomfortable doctor visits. All you got to do is answer a series of questions on their site, just a few questions, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships to you for free. No insurance is needed. If ED is getting you down, it's time to join the hundreds of thousands.
Well, also if it's causing problems in your connection in your relationship, because of a lack of confidence, all this does is just make sure that you can just be confident and enjoy yourself in the moment.
It helps your mental health as well. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/DPT. That's HIMS.com/DPT for your personalized ED treatment options. Hims.com/DPT. Hard mints are chewable, compounded products which are not approved or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. All right, I want to talk about my doggies. I love
your
them
doggies.
so much. Little Ponyo, little Ziggy. They bring so much love and joy. I never thought I'd be a 2-dog family, Jay. And yet, I know you just are watching a dog right now. But you're treating it like it's your own.
We're going to steal this dog from my in-laws. I love it so much.
I just can't tell you the amount of joy it brings as I'm about to be an empty nester. Just the joy I have with these dogs in my life. I can't
and you
imagine.
care about
life
everything about them, their health and everything that goes into their lives.
Well, Jay, today's episode is sponsored by the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program.
look, in today's world, we insure a lot, from cars to homes to cell phones and even travel plans. But what about insurance for your cat or your dog? With ASPCA Pet Health Insurance, you can focus on the care your pet deserves and cover what matters most.
The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier for pet parents like you to help your pet get the care they may need. The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program has been around for over 18 years, and they've helped more than 600,000 pets during that time. They allow you to customize your plan,
Yes.
helping ensure that your pet's plan is as unique as they are, because vet bills can really add up, especially when you're least expecting it. It's simple. Use their app to submit a claim, and you'll receive reimbursement for eligible vet bills directly into your bank account.
So to explore coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/DPT. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/DPT. Again, that's aspcapetinsurance.com/DPT. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or the United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in business of insurance.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Before we jump into story number 3 that
Yes.
Jason is just teeing up perfectly, shenanigans at a zoo. Daniel, I'm going to say it out loud again. I loved Wine Club. It was such
Thanks,
a
buddy.
great movie. Watch it on Tubi.
Free.
It's
Right now,
free
you can
on
watch it on
Tubi.
Tubi.
Just really great
So
little
good.
movie. I loved your
Thanks.
chemistry with your
Taylor.
co-star. Taylor was so Ortega.
She's
She
great.
was great.
Yep.
You were great. Steve Little, amazing. But you
he's the
carried
best.
that damn film, Dan,
Thank you, man.
and I love it. So
Thank you.
go see Wine Club, and then you got some great dates happening this summer, including the Comedy Fest. Which
Yeah,
I
I'm
love.
doing Hub City Comedy Week at the Lincoln Lodge. It's like 5 nights of me doing new material, all themed shows, super fun.
How many seats is the Lincoln Lodge?
Well, there's 3 different theaters there,
Okay.
and I think over the course of the week, I'll be in all 3 of them. Some are
Amazing.
like little fun, like black box 40 seaters,
Yeah.
and then there's the
What's the big
120 main room.
Great.
And there's going to be late night shows. There's going to be like a happy hour show. Every night is a little bit different. A whole bunch of great local Chicago comics. And
When is this?
It is going to be July 16th through the 21st. If you're I've told every comic, like,
If you're anywhere near there,
if you want to come do sets, work out new shit, hang out at the Lincoln Lodge, get to know
where are
those
you going to be?
people.
Are you close to that or no?
No, I'm going to be there in August for a couple days, like 3 weeks after this.
Ooh,
Can't
awesome.
wait.
I might be too, and I'll come hang with you. So go to DanielVanKirk.com. All that stuff's at the Lincoln Lodge. I hope to see you there, and watch Rose Gold if you haven't yet. Or
Yeah,
tell
let's
people.
get Rose Gold. Get him over 100,000.
That'd
That's
be
our
fun.
goal.
Can
All
I
right?
say something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to say this rules, and thank you for having me. You guys are all so fantastic, and
Thanks,
this is such a
buddy.
fun thing. I just like giving people their flowers.
Feelings mutual.
Right
Seriously.
back at
Seriously.
you, dude.
I got little goosebumps. This is dope.
You make it great. You do make it great, and you are a great hang. This is what people kind of don't understand. It's like we had such a good time doing our show in Portland, but then after the show, it was you and us and Kyle Kinane came down, and we're like
Jeff
sitting,
Tate.
and we're like
Jeff.
sitting in the green room, and we're just hanging out. We're like, okay, let's take this party elsewhere. We went and did karaoke. I'm like,
Karaoke,
this
baby.
is.
That was really
You don't
fun.
understand. For those people who their night was coming to see us do comedy, that was the night. And then afterwards, we had a night.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we did. That was one, going back to the cake smashing thing, that's one thing I've learned with my wife. I'm like, if I'm going to have a night, we definitely set it up and have a talk about it where I'm like, I'm going to go have a night tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get nuts, but I'm going to come home. I'm going to be kind of worthless
Yes.
for a while, but then I'll get up when I got to get up. You know?
This
that
is
ain't going to happen
good
in cake smashing.
communication. That's
You gotta
great
do it.
communication.
And you smash her face in the cake.
They smash your face in the baby.
All right, here we
cake.
go.
Pour a beer on her.
Dan, we've heard this story before, and it's of something
Just
different.
an idiot at a zoo.
No, zoogoers outraged to discover panda exhibit was actually dogs dyed black and white. Stop it.
Are you?
Will they not stop doing this?
No, remember there was the guy who they thought was in a bear suit
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was a bear standing on its hind legs.
Did that end up being a bear?
It turns out these dogs are just men in dog
You
costumes.
shouldn't be able to see
No,
the
these are
scene.
the-
I'll show you. I'll try to cut to the link and show you that.
Wait,
All right.
Sean, what were you going to say? You
I'll listen more. I got to.
Okay.
All right.
Formulate your thoughts.
I will.
Trigger warning, this is from the New York Post. All right. Not even the Middle Kingdom's mascot is safe from Chinese counterfeit rings.
Okay. So, this guy was just hanging out on 14th Street in New York?
A zoo in China sparked all-out pandemonium.
Oh, stop it.
Come on.
Shut up.
That's fine.
New York
That's-
This
Post.
person in a cage after they dressed dogs as pandas because they didn't have the genuine artifact as seen in viral photos. The fake pandas unveiled May 1st.
Let's talk about what dog do you think this is going to be?
That's
a
what I was
Bichon?
getting-
Burmese
that's what I was
mountain-
gonna
Bichon?
get at.
Not a
not that
These
Bichon
mini
Frise.
pandas.
No.
What
no,
about like a
Dan.
chow?
Shetland pandas.
I think a Burmese
I think it's
mountain
more
dog.
like a chow. I'll show you what it is.
Yeah, chow feels right.
The Taizhou Zoo in Jiangsu province were actually chow chow dogs. Hey!
Brother.
A big-haired breed from northern China, Jam Press reported. They put the so-called panda dogs on display in an enclosure every day from 8 to 5 p.m., attracting throngs of people despite the obvious bamboozlement.
Oh, come on. So, by the way, dogs'
Yeah,
legs
they
are
are.
thin.
I hate you, New York
I've been
Post.
trying to think of a pun this whole time,
They're
and they just got
hitting
to.
today.
I mean, I guess, okay, so a chow, dog's legs are thin. A chow maybe has like the fur around
Yeah,
the
well, they obviously weren't good at it, Rand.
I know, but I'm just trying to think like how they thought we're going to make this go.
What's that panda barking at? Why is it lifting its leg?
Why do my Adidas have 5 stripes on them? Because they do.
That's just
So funny.
Chinese idiot. All right. When they asked why they had the canines engage in panda cosplay, a rep explained, there are no panda bears at the zoo. We wanted to do this as a result. Oh, what?
So he's just like, we did this.
Crime Foo Panda. That's not bad, right?
That's
Pretty great, Dan.
Probably
No,
coming
but
up.
that is, so they're like, we don't have that. Normally people will be like, we don't even have that exhibit.
But also, like,
They're
if
like-
you don't have the exhibit, just put dogs in there and have them doing fun
Bunch
shit.
of dogs.
Put dogs in there and have somebody who just like put dogs in
What
there.
are those?
Put dogs in there.
Domesticated chow.
And
Those are
somebody with
fucking
like
dogs,
100
my
tennis
friend.
balls,
Yeah.
and just start throwing
Throwing
them
them at the
around. I'll
chows.
stand there for an hour and watch dogs
If you
go
could
nuts
throw
over
balls,
tennis balls.
okay, if you could throw balls to golden retrievers at the zoo, you would do it.
100%. Or if they gave you like what Laser had on American Gladiator, and you got to shoot the tennis ball, and then the dogs went to go get it.
Except you don't want to shoot them at the dog.
No, but
No,
like,
of course
you
not. No,
shoot it like a
it's
fetch
long,
machine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's long-term fetch. catch.
Got it.
And
Long-term,
Psychopath.
long
that,
distance.
or that thing that allows you to throw it.
Oh,
really
yeah.
far.
like the
that thing that
hand-
feels like an ancient weapon that we've just made.
You mean that
for
thing
dog-
that always seems to get the ball at the playground where I'm with my daughter, and the dog has to come flying over to
Yes.
get
through
it?
the
Yes.
through
like
the
a
children.
pit bull
Yeah.
just
Boy, I've
knocking
puffed
daughters
up on some dudes
Yeah,
at the park.
of course you have. Many visitors accuse the sanctuary of animal cruelty. However, the zoo officials insist.
Well, I hope not cruelty. It's just dogs having a good time.
Sean puffing up at the park. Hey, is there anywhere else you might be able to throw that?
Excuse me, pardon me,
I
sir.
mean, you know what? That,
Yep, we're still here. We're still right here with the little kid.
All those
Thank you.
tattoos are perfect.
Hey,
Let
you
me
know what?
just tell
There's
you.
a great little area right over there that you
Yeah.
could throw it.
you call him Sean.
What
Puff-
if you threw?
Sean
What if you
Puffy
came down
Jordan.
here and threw the other way? Just a
Sean-
thought.
Sean Puffy.
Oh,
Jordan.
I had Stan. I used to do Sean. Was it Crosby, Stills, and Insane Clown Jordan? Some joke that I've like the first
Love
joke
that.
I ever wrote, and that's where the Sean Cougar Melon Jordan thing came from on Instagram.
Hey, Jordan. I love it. All right, they insist that the dog fishing instead of catfishing scheme isn't harmful to animals. People also dye their hair. Rationalized the spokesperson. No.
No, it's actually
It's not my
true.
real hair.
And you see a lot of people who do dye their dogs. hair.
Natural dye can be used on dogs if they have long fur. It's true. My neighbor, his daughter wants to, do pink hair on the little white dog every once in a while, and they do it.
I've
It's
seen
fun.
that. Who was the woman who had the dog over at Starburns? That she had a podcast. She's so
Oh.
sweet and she's great. She was
Jackie?
Yeah, sure. The little
Yeah.
dog was so cute and had like pink things in there.
All right, people also dye their hair. They said, okay, many social media users were on board with these.
Yeah, but
claims.
you're trying to pass off a dog as a panda. Like
That's
you
what you're
just
trying to
can't.
do.
You're being deceitful when you. It's not against the
Yeah,
law,
they don't sit like the, They don't sit like
They don't-
legs out.
right?
They were on board. Many people were on board with these canines in panda clothing, with one fan writing, "They're very small to run that fast. I think they're lovely."
You don't know
I
what
like
a
this
panda is.
person.
It'd be fine with me. I wouldn't.
I
care.
think they're
know what a
cute, said another. A third quipped, "Well, that's an extreme way to get your dogs cared for while you're at work, LOL."
That is pretty funny. If I was on a trip, I'd be like, send these things to the zoo.
Especially with my
Take her
ball
to the
idea.
zoo.
It's the lie that's bothering me. If you just said we got dogs painted like pandas, I'd be like, tight. That's a fun
Panda,
part of the
panda
thing.
dogs.
Yeah, you'd be at a club for the weekend. They're like, "What are you doing around?" I'm like, "I heard they have dogs painted
Dogs
like
painted
pandas,
like pandas.
and they let them like chase tennis balls all day." So I think we're gonna go do
In
that.
Dan,
Tallahassee,
you're
of all
adding the
places.
tennis ball thing. That's not
I know because in my mind
You
that's
are
so much more
mixing that
fun.
in.
You're adding a level of interaction that you just don't get.
And they
at
have a
the
little
gym.
thing where a quarter, a little treat drops out, and you get to give them a treat.
What if you could throw balls like giant balls to giraffes and let them run and catch them?
Oh, wouldn't that be
It
awesome?
would be the greatest thing ever.
All right. Giving dogs panda makeovers is nothing new.
Panda makeover.
A decade ago,
Move that bus.
pups dressed as the bamboo eating bears became such a hot item that pet stores couldn't meet the demand. So that became like can you give me one of them
Can you
panda
give
dogs?
like a black
Yeah,
eye
build
around
a
this?
panda.
Yeah, build
build
a
build
That's
a
it.
pit.
That's
Build
it
a-
at the mall.
Dan, that's what this whole episode is called. Build a panda.
This is a quote. This is not me saying this. 10 years ago, the natural instinct of a Chinese person was to eat a dog.
This
The
is
sun-
in the
this
New
is the
York
thing.
Post.
Sun Shen, a pet shop
The
owner in
natural
Chengdu,
instinct.
Oh wait, somebody who lives
Sichuan.
there is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Told London's Metro newspaper, "Now we're like Westerners and want one as a companion."
Great.
And then they've evolved past it, and they want them to look like pandas.
The cute breeds like French bulldogs, Randy's got two, and Labradors were the favorites, but now it is the panda dog. All right, I'm going to try and click on this link.
Panda dog.
I used to think Jason Lee was singing that song.
He's not fever dog. Panda dog.
Dan, how do you, Kira, get me into this link. Sorry.
You got it, baby.
I want to show it to you guys, and you can see these little dogs playing around.
And they're playing around. They're just woofing and whatnot.
Will it not dance?
it's not you. Oh, here we go.
Okay, just tapping on the bottom. Jay.
All right,
That's
so
how you-
No. It was.
It was not
wasn't
coming
working
up.
for
It
me.
wasn't coming up. All right, you can turn it and show it. These are the little dogs.
See, that's
Dan likes it. They're cute.
First
right?
of all, guys, I was not far off from a Bichon. These are the tiniest little chow chow
It is
dogs.
super
That is
cute.
exactly what I was thinking
By the
in
way,
my head.
can- now-
Adorable. I
They-
want two of them.
They did a wonderful job making these dogs look like dog pandas.
you could
There's video of them, Dan.
I'm there all day.
all day for that, right?
Doggy
I
Like
am
pandas.
with the
convinced
ball
that
thing that
that's
I
a
heard
panda.
they do there.
Dan, there is no ball.
They got
thing.
that treat machine that gives you like
Yeah, a little treat
That is
machine.
not a thing.
Yeah, it's $1 for a little treat machine.
1 yen, or there they are. All right, Dan, here they are walking around.
Oh my God,
They're so cute.
I could be convinced those were pandas
Oh,
for sure.
there's a no.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's getting up.
He's up. He's
up.
up.
He was on the back legs. He's
Boy.
up.
That does look like a
The
dog.
tail
These pandas are.
Here's
woofing.
what I don't like. It looks like they somehow stuck their tails to their back.
Oh,
So that I'm
Yeah, there's probably
that
some.
I'm like if
there's
you see-
definitely some cruelty that we're not acknowledging that I do want to apologize for. But
And by the way, the dogs are moving kind
It's
of
better, I guess, than
lumbering.
cutting the tail off.
I mean, all right. So there are a lot of people who would never who see a small animal and be like, "Wait, have you ever seen a panda?"
mini pandas, dude.
He kind of looks like him. He's
Well,
sitting
the
there.
tail thing helps.
With the amount of stuff I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if somebody just had like a
Yeah,
zoo
that's a
employee
baby
shirt
panda.
on,
just said those are Chinese mini pandas.
I'd be like, of
we're
course they
breeding
are.
mini pandas. They're
Who
like
am I-
dogs.
Who am I to say they're not?
I bet I could be tricked if they're like these are mini
They
pandas.
look like chows.
They look like dogs.
but they're mini.
or someone crossbred a panda
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a
but
dog.
well,
It looks like
Is what
spray
it is.
paint all over them, but that's just how.
Yeah,
they
but
look.
once you shoot that tennis ball and they go running,
Dan,
you're
there
gonna know.
is no.
You're gonna know right away.
I-
You're going, it's dog behavior right there.
Look
First of
at
all,
him,
the
he
treats are
likes
dog
you.
treats.
So-
The treats are dog treats.
So when you ask who's dumb in this story, okay, the zoo.
New York
goers-
Post is number
the New
one.
York Post is number one.
Sure.
They're the dumbest.
I love that.
anyone
Jay.
who's
Way to bring
upset
it
about
home.
that, I'll tell you what. Don't be unless it hurts the animals.
Hey man,
Of course, we don't know
We
everything
don't-
we don't
yeah,
know.
as long as it doesn't hurt the animals.
Let's go with the assumption it doesn't hurt the animals.
When in China. All right, guys, that is the show.
Girl, dad.
Girl dad,
Girl
all
Dad is a
fantasy,
special.
everything, everywhere, everywhere.
Where
all
can
at
people
once.
get Girl Dad one more time? Where can they listen?
You can listen. Just go on Spotify. It'll come out later, but there's a Patreon if you want to buy it. I don't expect anyone. I understand. It's out to listen to. The audio is out, so go listen to it. It's really good.
Patreon.com/
Sean Jordan.
And where'd you film it?
Mississippi Studios in Portland.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Awesome.
Good,
Hope
man. It
everybody
looks
goes and
good.
checks it out.
Rose Gold, and then come see us all live. Supersklars.com, DanielVanKirk.com, and I'm assuming your dates. Is it at All Fantasy Everything or no? Is it?
They're all on our individual websites. So SeanJordanComedian.com. You can
There you go. That's how you
Awesome.
do it, guys. We love you. And oh, by the way, we got to get back to work. We'll see you.
Bye.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.